All right, let's dive right into this explainer and uncover the hidden psychological truth behind the absolute happiest faces we know. We're going to explore the fascinating and, honestly, sometimes heartbreaking mechanics of why the people who smile the most might actually be the ones hurting the most. Stick with me, because by the end of this explainer, the way you look at a smiling face is going to completely change.
I want you to picture that one specific person in your life. You know the one. Maybe it's your friend Supun from the office, or that classmate who is just always the life of the party. They're making everyone laugh, cracking jokes, and you probably think to yourself, wow, they don't have a single care in the world. But have you ever stopped to wonder what happens when the party actually ends? What happens when that person gets in their car and drives home alone in total silence? Psychologically speaking, the people who shine the brightest to the world are very often the most deeply isolated on the inside.
To really grasp the absolute gravity of this, we just need to look at the legendary Robin Williams. This is a man who brought unparalleled joy and laughter to millions of people across the globe, yet he silently battled severe depression in his final years. He basically admitted that the saddest people try the absolute hardest to make others happy. Why? Because they literally know firsthand the terrifying depths of feeling alone, and they desperately want to protect everyone else from experiencing that exact same pain.
We see this exact same tragic pattern with Marilyn Monroe. To the public, she seemed like the happiest, most glamorous woman in the world. The second a camera pointed at her, boom, a picture-perfect smile. But in her private diary, she confessed a devastating truth. She wrote, "I don't let anyone see inside me because there are only broken pieces." Despite all that incredible fame and immense wealth, she masked her deeply shattered internal world with a smile until it tragically cost her life. It just goes to show that money and status absolutely cannot erase that internal emptiness.
So let's get into our first major concept here, the mask of happiness, and what psychologists call the clown paradox.
Now this clown paradox highlights a really fascinating truth. These constant smilers, they are projecting outward what they are actually starving for inward. They aren't smiling out of pure, overflowing joy. They're actually trying to heal their own profound loneliness by making sure others never, ever feel it. It's like they're looking at the happiness they create in other people to temporarily fill the massive void inside themselves. Another brilliant psychological analogy for this is the duck syndrome. Picture a duck gliding across a totally serene lake. Above the water, it looks calm, elegant, totally effortless, but underneath the surface, completely out of sight, its feet are paddling furiously just to stay afloat. And wow, is this phenomenon amplified by social media today? Somebody posts these flawless, smiling vacation photos on Instagram, and we immediately think their life is perfect. We don't see the crushing debt, the relationship trauma, or the massive stress they're furiously paddling against offline. Psychologists actually have an official term for this terrifyingly common condition, and it's called smiling depression. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's using a smile as a literal shield to hide severe inner turmoil, anxiety, or depression. It's a survival mechanism, sure, but an incredibly exhausting one. And speaking of exhausting, we've got to talk about emotional labor. If you work in customer service, banking, or really any public-facing role, you know this firsthand. You might have a sick parent or a major crisis going on at home, but the second you step up to that counter, you have to strap on a huge smile for every single customer. You're not just working with your body, you're working with your emotions. Forcing a smile all day, completely ignoring your personal tragedies, is so draining. It's exactly why you leave work feeling like a massive boulder has just dropped on you by sunset. You haven't just been working, you've been acting.
Okay, moving on to section 2. Let's look at real versus fake smiles and the concept of the shadow self.
So the big question is, how can we actually tell if someone's smile is genuine or if it's just a mask? Well, science actually gives us a really clear cheat code here. French physician Guillaume Duchenne discovered the biological difference between real and fake joy. A true, genuine smile, which is known as a Duchenne smile, doesn't just involve the mouth. It actually crinkles the tiny muscles right around your eyes. Your eyes literally smile with you. But a fake smile, it only moves the mouth. The eyes remain completely dead and show absolutely no emotion. It acts entirely as a mask. So next time your constantly happy friend smiles, don't look at their lips, look right into their eyes.
The famed psychologist Carl Jung believed we all navigate the world using two totally different parts of our identity. First is the persona. That's the face we show society, right? It's our clothes, our manners, and yes, our smile. But we also have a shadow self, and this holds all our hidden dark emotions, our sadness, our anger, our jealousy, our deepest secrets. Jung powerfully warned that you can never be a whole, healthy human being if you completely deny and hide your shadow. So if a friend is always smiling, it highly suggests they're absolutely terrified of facing their own darkness.
And honestly, why are they so terrified? Well, unfortunately, modern society pushes this really damaging concept of toxic positivity. It's that relentless, overwhelming pressure of good vibes only. We're subconsciously taught that sadness is a weakness. If someone expresses pain, what do? We immediately tell them, hey, don't worry about it, just smile. This literally terrifies people into hiding their sadness behind a forced smile, all because they fear being labeled as negative and eventually abandoned by their friends. So they just swallow the pain.
Which leads us perfectly into section 3. Let's break down the 3 distinct types of smilers out there. Take a quick mental inventory here and ask yourself, which one of these are you? Or which one is your happy friend? First, you've got the healers. They act like emotional sponges, constantly absorbing other people's pain because they've suffered themselves, but eventually they just collapse. Second are the peacekeepers. They smile purely out of fear, trapping tension inside like a literal pressure cooker just to avoid any sort of conflict. And finally, the resilient. These folks smile genuinely, not out of foolishness, but drawing from a deep inner strength and a profound understanding of life's ups and downs.
But we really need to pause here for a second to talk about a very specific and honestly very dangerous role, the strong friend. Every friend group has one. They are the reliable anchor. Whenever anyone has a problem, they run straight to the strong friend for advice. And because they seem like absolute iron, nobody thinks they have problems of their own. But listen to this. They carry the highest risk of silent, sudden collapse. They never ask for help because they feel if they fall, everyone relying on them is going to fall too. This puts them at an incredibly high risk for a catastrophic mental breakdown, entirely because no one even realizes they're secretly struggling.
Now, what happens to your body when you hold all this in? That brings us to section 4, the physical toll of emotional suppression.
Let me be clear. Emotional suppression is quite literally like poison to your system. Forcing a smile while you're hurting inside triggers a massive release of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Over time, research shows that people who constantly fake their emotions are at a much, much higher risk for heart disease, high blood pressure, and significantly weakened immunity. You might be able to fool your mind, and you can definitely fool the people around you with a fake smile, but you can never fool your body. Your body absorbs all that unexpressed damage through severe illness.
All right, so how do we actually fix this? Section 5, healing and taking action. Here is your actual actionable roadmap to start shedding that mask. Step 1 is journaling. Give your emotions a private exit route. Just take 5 minutes at the end of the day to write down how you truly feel. Step 2, find a safe space. Choose just one trusted person in your life to unmask with. Admitting you're exhausted isn't a weakness. It's actually an incredible strength. And step 3, check on your strong friend. Bypass that automatic, I'm fine response. Look them directly in the eyes and ask them, are you truly okay? Sometimes, honestly, that is all it takes for the mask to finally melt away.
Look, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer today, I want you to know this. If you are the person secretly fighting battles while making everyone else in the room laugh, you are a hero for carrying the weight of the world with a smile. But true strength is finally taking that mask off and asking for the help you so absolutely deserve. There are people out there who will love your true, unmasked face far more than that perfect smile you project. So I'm gonna leave you with this final thought. Who is the one person in your life whose eyes aren't matching their smile today, and when are you gonna ask them if they're really okay?